This is my oldest Rubik's Cube. It used to be my mother's cube and dates back in 1980. I'm actually very surprised that it still turns. Well, sometimes. So let's scramble this thing up and do a solve. Oh, and something that I forgot to mention about this cube is that the color scheme is pretty messed up. For example, instead of the orange being on the left side of the blue, it's on the right side. As you can understand, this caused me some problems with the recognition, but that's the least problem with this cube. The two major issues with this cube is that it is very slow and it pops a lot. Finally I'm done, this solve took forever. This is my second oldest Rubik's Cube. If you are an OG member of this channel, you probably have seen this cube quite a lot. You might be wondering, what's wrong with this cube? Is it homemade? Or what is going on? Well, it used to be a picture cube, but because I couldn't solve it, I removed the stickers and I replaced them with tape. But that didn't go very well. And the reason that this cube is so easy to break is because the core is broken. This is my first modern Rubik's Cube, and this is the rest of it. I have this Rubik's Cube more than 5 years, and at this point everything is broken. The pieces, the core, everything. After about 1 year I bought this Rubik's Cube because the other one already sucked. At the beginning I was pretty happy with this cube, but after a few months I realized that it wasn't that great. The stickers were peeling very easily and the size, well, it's like 59mm or something. Generally speaking, there is nothing great about this specific cube and I regret buying it, but I was a beginner back then, so I didn't know anything about cubes.
I hate the sticker!
The next cube was a gift, and it also has a broken corner. Yeah, the quality is terrible, barely turns, and with a broken corner, it is even more difficult to control it. Let's do a solve on this and let's see what time will I get. I fixed the cube and now it's time to do the solve. This cube is terrible, and the worst part is that everything you do may cause the cube to pop, so you should be careful with every move. After a whole minute of torture, I finally solved it. Next up we've got the dice cube. This was my friend's cube, but because he couldn't solve it I took it for a few days and for some reason now it is mine. I'm really sorry if you are watching this. Anyway, let's do a solve. My attempt is sub 30 seconds. When I began the solve I was pretty confident that it would be very easy. However, because I hadn't solved it in a long time, my recognition was awful. I wasn't happy about the result, so I tried again. But still, I was having trouble recognizing the pieces. But did I make it sub 30?
Nope.
About 3 years ago I bought my first magnetic speed cube. It may not be the best speed cube out there, but when I firstly jumped into the magnetic cubes, I immediately noticed the difference. Let's do a solve and see if it still holds today. About 1 year after I got the Rubik's brand. There is no need to say much about this cube, let's just do a solve. This cube is so lucky that I got a period skip, otherwise the time would be terrible. Not so long ago my friend TNT Cuber gave me this gun R. Back then, because I didn't have any good cubes, I used it as my main. Today I just want to throw it out of the window. However, something unexpected happened. I got a good time on it. On January 2022, finally the Gun 11M Pro arrived. This cube was perfect.
It was perfect. Perfect. Everything, down to the last minute details.
It is a gun cube, what else do you want? But nowadays, I perform average on it because it is not my main cube. After a few months, I got the RS3M 2020, and this cube is insanely good for its price. Sometimes I even prefer it over the gun cube. Doing a solve on this feels very pleasant because this cube is great. Finally, my newest cube is a Tornado V3. I got this cube about 4 months ago and I have to say it's the best cube I've ever bought. The RS3M is great, but this one is exceptional. My time on this cube wasn't great, but that's because I haven't practiced in a long time. However, we've got a mini bonus, literally mini, which my friend gave me in exchange for a 4x4. I really like this one, so let's do a solve. I was so close to get sub 20 when this happened. Yes, it popped. Thank you so much for watching this video. Watch this video next and I'll see you guys there.